Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Eid Mubarak, everyone. Today is the 10th of Dhulhijjah. That means it is the day of Eid. What would the Hujjaj do at Masha'ir al-Haram today? Today, on the 10th, they wake up for Fajr at Muzdalifah. Yesterday, we spoke about the 9th of Dhulhijjah. They would be spending the day wuquf at Arafah from Dhuhr until Maghrib. After Maghrib, they will slowly make their way to Muzdalifah, and when they get to Muzdalifah, they will be praying Maghrib and Isha, Jama' and Qasar. So Isha will be 2 rak'ah. And after that, they will spend the time in dhikr, in istighfar, and going to sleep, resting under the stars, directly under the stars. There are no tents at Muzdalifah. They would be staying at Muzdalifah until after Fajr. They would pray Fajr there, and from Muzdalifah after Fajr, they would make their way to Mina. And Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam would walk slowly and would tell the companions to slow down and walk slowly. And at Mina, they would be throwing Jamratul Aqaba. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam allowed ladies and children and elderlies and people who have any reasons or need to move earlier from Muzdalifah, to leave Muzdalifah earlier. You could either be involved in logistics, or you are looking after someone elderly or a lady or some children or someone sickly. They need to leave Muzdalifah early to avoid the crowd. The Prophet allowed them to leave Muzdalifah after midnight. And one of the hikmah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam walking slowly is to show us his foresight. He knew that Islam is going to grow. He knew that it's going to be millions and millions of people doing Hajj one day. So although there were only 100,000 over people doing Hajj with the Prophet, and they could have just walked a lot faster, but it's telling us that in Hajj, you slow down, because today you just can't rush. It takes a lot of time. Although Muzdalifah to Mina and all this Mash'ar al-Haram, on days that are not Hajj, it doesn't take very long to go from one place to another. But during Hajj, you just need lots and lots of patience. So the Prophet showed that example, that he was slowing himself down, and this is called fiqh tawaqqu'h, fiqh of the future. That means forecasting what's going to happen in the future, and basing your fiqh decisions based on its impact into the future. And we see this in Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when fuqaha makes their judgment, ruling, their fatwa, it should not only be based on the current situation. Yes, current situation is important, but they should also take into consideration about what's going to happen into the future, the impact of that fatwa into the future. And there is a book written by Sheikh Abdullah bin Bayyah about this, Fiqh al-Waqi' wa Tawaqqu'h, fiqh of reality and forecasting into the future. Now back to Hajj. When the Hujjaj get to Mina, they would be throwing pebbles at the Jamratul Aqaba, at the largest of Jamrah. So on the 10th of Dhulhijjah, in the day of the 10th of Dhulhijjah, Hujjaj will do 4 things. Now, it doesn't need to be in any particular order. You can do any order as you see fit. And this again shows the genius of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He understood that if everyone were to do the exact same thing at a particular time, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be crowded. There's going to be congestion everywhere. So some of the Sahaba would do slightly different things in terms of the order, and the Prophet said, okay, it's alright, just do this and complete the rest, complete the 4. You haven't done this, it's no problem, then do this and this and that. And some of the companions said they have never seen the Prophet more lenient than in any other days other than the day on the day of the 10th of Dhul-Hijjah. He is most lenient on this day. So what are the 4 things that you need to do? The Hujjaj will need to throw the pebbles at Jamratul Aqaba. We'll talk about pebbles in detail inshallah tomorrow on the 11th of Dhul-Hijjah. So only on Jamratul Aqaba, there are 3 points that you need to throw your pebbles: Jamratul Ula, Wusta, and Aqaba. So the first one, the second one, and the third one. So on the 10th of Dhul-Hijjah, only 7 pebbles at the last point, at the end point. And then you do your udhiyah, your slaughter, your qurban. After that, you do tawaf and you do sa'i. This is tawaf of Hajj and sa'i of Hajj. Remember, it doesn't need to be in any particular order. You can do the tawaf and sa'i first, and then do the jamrah and then the udhiyah. You can do the jamrah first, and then udhiyah, and then tawaf, and then and sa'i. Tawaf, Hajj, and sa'i for Hajj can be done at any point from the 10th of Dhulhijjah until before you leave Makkah. So it doesn't have to be on the 10th. It could be on the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, any days. But if your Hajj is not complete until you actually do your tawaf and sa'i for Hajj. Back to this jamrah. So you throw the jamrah, and then commonly you go to Jamrat al-Aqaba, and after that the udhiyah today is not done by you, it's done by the package, so you don't actually see the animals. It's done, what you do after Jamrat al-Aqaba is you shave your head, you trim your head. Either you shave muhalliq or you muqassir, you trim the hair. For men, the Prophet made 3 du'as for the muhalliqeen, for those people who shave their head, and he made 1 du'a for those people who trim. So it's 3 times more virtuous to actually shave your hair compared to trimming. Alright, so once you've done Jamrat al-Aqaba, you would shave your head, and then you are already out. You've got your partial release from ihram. What it means, partial release, after this you can use scented items, you can comb your hair, you can trim. The only thing that you're not allowed to do is the restrictions of ihram in relation to marriage and conjugal relationship. So you still can't be intimate with your spouse, you can't be romantic with your spouse, but that is still there. But you've got now partial release. You can wear normal clothes, you don't have to wear the ihram garments for men. And you can wear scented items, and you can comb your hair, and you can trim and so on. So that you have your partial release. And you do your tawaf and sa'i whenever you have time and convenience, and logistical issues are sorted. You don't have to do it today. You don't have to do it tomorrow. There is no rush for tawaf and sa'i of Hajj. So that's 10th of Dhulhijjah. You do Jamrat al-Aqaba, and then Qurban. Qurban is assumed to be done because you actually don't do it. You pay through your Hajj package, and it's done for you. And then you shave your head or you trim your hair, and then you, if you can, optional tawaf and sa'i. Tawaf and sa'i can be pushed at any other times. Do Hujjaj pray Salatul Eid? Most Hujjaj don't. It's very difficult to get there. It's not as part of the Sunnah for Hujjaj to perform Eid Salah. So people in Mecca who are not performing Hajj, they will be performing Eid Salah, but the Hujjaj, majority of Hujjaj, don't perform Eid Salah. They would go straight from Muzdalifah to Mina for Jamrat al-Aqaba, and from there they would shave their head, and then they would return to their accommodations and rest before they return to Mina for the night. Alright, that's all for the 10th of Dhulhijjah. We'll see you tomorrow for Mina and Jamarat, inshallah.